a little faith.
Just a little bit.
Hello, vlog people. Well, I'm very excited this Friday to bring you, for this Friend Friday, my dear friend, Mark Olmsted, also known as the Trash Whisperer. Hello, Mark.
Hello, vlog people.
Hello, and this is Gaza.
Gaza?
Gaza is gorgeous. And we're about to go out, actually, onto the streets of Hollywood.
Little Armenia.
Little Armenia, as it's called. Okay, tell me, how did you come to do this? Shall we just go and talk to me as we go?
First of all, I just want to show, this is what I deal with every day, those couches. 311 people. This is about getting people to join it.
What's 311?
311 is the city, you call the city and you say, I have couches to pick up, and they'll come and pick it up. They're very
Really?
efficient.
Specifically, only couches?
No, it's for all the services that are not 911 related.
Oh, I thought maybe you called 311 for couches, you called like 211 for chairs, you called 711 for, like, you know, toilets or something.
But there's a little bit of backstory. Well, what happened is that I was a bad boy for
Look at the finesse.
quite so many years. I was your basic alcoholic, drug addict, party boy.
Yeah.
And then with HIV thrown in the 80s and 90s,
yes.
I developed a very bizarre, not bizarre, but you know, I lived so much in the present without thought of consequences, because I thought death would handle it all, that I actually ended up drug dealing. And I just want to say that I don't think I would have done that if I didn't think that I was on my last, you know, legs.
So it didn't matter what you did, like consciously, no conscience and no repercussions, no accountability. You could do whatever the hell you wanted because you were going to die anyway.
It allowed me to justify a lot of things that I think I would never have thought of doing. I would have been much too afraid of prison, but you know.
Yeah.
And guess what?
What?
I was arrested.
Yeah.
And I didn't like, and they gave me a slap on the wrist, and I didn't like being a felon, so I faked my own death.
Wait a minute, what does that mean?
Well, I took my brother's, who died in 1991, I took his death certificate, and having my tweaking days, I became an excellent forger. And I forged his death certificate as my own and sent it into my parole officer. And they completely, and pretended to be him.
Pretend to be him, and so you were dead.
That my brother, my dead brother, recent dead brother, had just had, you know, been arrested, and what do I do? And they vacated the parole, and
wow.
I was, you know, quote, back to normal, but I wasn't willing to stop doing the drugs or selling them.
So you faked your own death to get out of your parole, to get out of your whole record, your probation. You were dead.
Yeah.
You were dead.
Yeah, but you know what? If you ever do that, people, people, move. Because when you don't move, eventually whoever ratted on you in the first place is gonna.
Well, they'll see you at the McDonald's or something, and then they'll be like, he's not dead.
Trees, but you know, they found out.
Unless, of course, it was a twin sibling.
Well, then we get into some screenplays.
Yeah. You're very busy. You're so busy.
Look at this.
I'm exhausted. You know, I'm kind of a busy, high-energy person, but I feel put to shame. Wait a minute. Summarize.
Okay.
You're a drug addict. You're an alcoholic. You're HIV. You feel like you get a drug. You become a drug dealer. You get caught. You fake your own death to get out of your parole, and now here we are. But you can't give up drug dealing because why?
Because of the money.
Yeah.
You know, that's quite an addiction, especially when you've been living on very little.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, 9.5 months in jail. I come out, my wonderful family.
Wait a minute. How'd you get in jail if you got caught again?
Okay. Yeah, I got ratted on twice. Okay. So
somebody saw that you weren't dead.
That's right.
And they were pissed off about it.
Probably the same person who ratted on me the first time.
Yeah.
And I have no idea who this is, but thank them. I have to thank them because some people like me, it takes prison.
Yeah,
you know,
so you were actually in prison.
Yeah, I needed a near-death experience.
To justify your faking your death experience?
No, to get that I was going to live.
Yeah.
And HIV wasn't going to kill me, and that I could think like someone who had a future.
Yeah.
It's not good to think, you know, I believe in living in the present, but you need to, a lot of things that only have payoffs in the long term, you'll only do if you plan ahead. So don't think too much in the present, you know what I mean? So anyway, I get out, I do all the things that people do to stay sober.
Yeah.
All the right things. And if you don't know what they are, you can email me and I'll tell you.
Okay.
And I live in this neighborhood which is very trash-filled. And I'm walking around and with my dog every day and I'm thinking, this is grossing me out. This is pissing me off.
Yeah.
And what can I do about it? And I had one of those light bulb moments, which was very simple, which is like, well, you can always pick it up. And it's very interesting because my first reaction was like, what do you mean?
Right, it's somebody else has done this. Why should I have to do this?
But my willingness to think outside of the box. So every single day, every morning at 8 a.m., I walk the dog with my trash picker, and I keep Little Armenia beautiful.
You do, and I wonder how much trash you have picked up in your time.
Well, I also do Griffith Park. Where you take the dogs.
Yeah.
Did you notice in the past few years it's gotten a little cleaner?
Is that you? It is you, isn't it?
That's me, baby.
Isn't that wonderful that you know that you can make that difference? Talk about doing something wonderful for somebody. You're doing something anonymously for an entire community.
Let me tell you, people, and this is an easy reach trash picker. You can get it in your arm. To know at the end of the day, when I go to sleep, that I've managed to find something that has no downside at all.
Right.
Whatever my motivations are. I mean, because frankly, sometimes, I don't know if I'm doing it to save the oceans, because it's the lowest form of celebrity and I can find in Los Angeles.
To be the trash whisperer?
Listen, attention is attention.
You do know that I'm standing in the middle of the street, and as you pick up all this stuff, I could be hit by a car, and then you'd be like the dead whisperer, because then you'd have to pick up my body from the street.
I know, but wouldn't it be a great way to go, Sam?
Not really. I don't want to die on Hollywood Boulevard somewhere with a bunch of trash around me. What do you do about large pieces, like pieces of a chair like that? What do you do with that?
Sometimes, one thing I didn't mention, this is interesting.
Well, it's not that interesting. Don't touch it. A log of some kind.
The thing is that people really do look at me a little bit in this neighborhood like I'm a Martian. And it's very interesting to have gotten past caring. It's like, wow, what people think about me is really not what I'm about.
Oh, see, now, is that considered trash or information that you just picked off the thing?
Oh, listen, this is a really bugaboo of mine. These should be illegal. The amount of flyers that everyone goes like this. They pull the flyer for insurance
and they drop it on their
like that.
It's terrible. If you haven't guessed, I met Mark through my 12-step program, and where I often hear great moments of wisdom from him, and often related to trash, I want to say. And I don't mean that in a funny way. I mean, it's really extraordinary. I think you have an amazing philosophy. I think that you're doing something really important, not only for the community, but for yourself. You know that he picks up trash in this neighborhood every single day for you. This is what I'm doing. I'm sure she has appreciation on some level. I'm positive she does. Yeah, she's walking away right now. She's like, what a great man.
What one woman did, it's this very elderly Armenian woman, and she grabbed me and she goes, "You are doing God's work."
Well, see.
Sometimes it happens, and it makes me just ecstatic.
It's true.
People do say really nice things. It's not a complete, but mostly that's what I get.
You're doing it for the community, but you're doing it for you. It cleans your soul. Every piece of trash that you pick up is a little trash from your own.
4 bags a day for 3 years. That's 1,700 bags a year. Do you know how many trucks that is?
That's a lot.
So people, I'm just telling you, if you want to... Here's the other thing, is that when I pick up the trash that I didn't think I could pick up, I realize how often I'm misfiling things in my life under things I can't change and things I can.
Exactly.
So then I'm like, oh wow,
I can actually do that.
Yeah. So plus that whole one day at a time philosophy, one trash bag at a time, I have picked up a mountain of trash.
Yes, you have.
If you break everything down into manageable bites.
Well, do you know that old thing? How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time.
Yeah, exactly.
And then look at that.
Starbucks.
That is a shame. Mark is not only a trash whisperer and a felon, but which is a whole other conversation.
Expunged one day.
I've never ever heard those stories, which I want to hear someday, about what that experience was like. That's another subject.
Oh yeah.
But hold on.
My sister started a blog for me in prison based on my letters, and that's how the blog.
So this is what I wanted to get in. Your blog is what?
www.markolmsted.com.
Spell it out.
MarkOlmsted.com /trash whisperer.
Okay.
And my website, just without the trash whisperer, is full of art and poems. And
yes, he's a Renaissance man. He writes. He just played me a beautiful song that he wrote the lyric for. I've also seen your work and these cards that you make, in which he combines different famous paintings with pop culture items and things. It's really fascinating. Your mind and your heart are expansive, and you are actually of service to this world. And I am so happy to know you.
The other most expansive person that I know. That's high praise, and I really appreciate it, Sam.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Sam.
Do survive log.
Do something wonderful.
Pick up some trash.
Yes.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Don't take my life away, oh trash.